Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel. My name is Aura. I'm a quantum healing hypnotherapist based in Sweden. And today I would like to talk to you about how we can embody, master, and cultivate presence so that we may no longer be affected by our surroundings. And this is a state of sovereignty. So the whole idea is to achieve a state of inner peace and harmony and learn to maintain that throughout whatever events we might experience in our everyday life. And in order to round this all up and make sure that we truly integrate this new state of being, we are going to end this video with a nice alchemical meditation. So if you're ready, let's dive right into it. Now, with the holiday season coming up and with elections taking place in different parts of the world and everything else that is going on, we have so much tension and friction among ourselves, amongst friends, amongst strangers, and even within our families. And it's all the more important for us to maintain a state of inner peace, balance, harmony, and presence so that we don't add more fuel to the fire. As I've mentioned before, we have wars in our in the world because we are having wars within ourselves and within our families. So in order to stop the chaos, we need to become centered, and we become centered by learning who it is that we truly are, by going within, by not stretching ourselves thin into the outside world and losing bits and pieces of ourselves that are scattered all over the place, and instead gathering ourselves back within the love, the coziness, and the infinite wisdom of our soul, our heart essence, and live from there. In other words, instead of just being the storm and being part of the storm, become the eye of the storm. And as we are the eye of the storm, we move with the storm while we ourselves in the center remain unaffected, still present, harmonious, and at peace. And why is this important? It's important because, again, we create the reality around us based on our state of mind, based on our state of being. Just imagine a room of people sitting around a table, arguing, screaming at each other. And then there is that one person at the table that is so centered and so at peace with themselves that they are peacefully observing everything, gently paying attention to everything that is going on around them, while at the same time remaining centered. And that person radiates this state of peace and harmony around them. Even if the other people in the room are so ingrained within their ego, having arguments, trying to overpower each other on a subconscious level, they will be affected by the energy of that one person that remains calm, that is not adding fuel to the fire. Subconsciously, they will observe that person. They might even try to poke at them. But as that one person remains calm, undisturbed by their circumstances, they are not only doing a favor to themselves, but they're doing a favor for everybody else, setting an example of what peace and harmony actually looks like embodied in a human vessel. I was asked this question so many times, which is, why is there so much cruelty and why is there so much suffering in the world? And it's not a question that has a very simple answer, but it's a question that has many different answers that kind of boil down to the same result. And that is, simply put, we come into this world as a fractal of source, as a clean, pure soul that is pure unconditional love and unconditional acceptance that incarnates into this body. It has a certain blueprint that it needs to express through the body, through this incarnation, through this life. And at the same time, it incarnates into a world that is so dystopian and that sets everything into boxes and limitations and has rules of how one has to be. And if one doesn't follow these rules, then their life is being put into danger. And so we learn to dumb down our soul blueprint, who it is that we truly are, because our survival depends on it, so that we may fit into society to ensure that we will make it through this life. But what happens then is that our frequency subsides to match this frequency of suffering and discontent that the society has, that this dystopian world has. So the entire point of each and every single one of us coming in here as a pure soul of unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, with a unique blueprint, a unique mission to express that soul blueprint into this world. And by fulfilling this mission, we begin to neutralize and balance the dystopian suffering aspect of this everyday reality, not by fighting what is, but by creating a new one. So the entire idea of creating a new world is not to fight the world that is, because you cannot win. A state of fight or flight creates more cortisol into the body. It creates more stress, and that in itself creates more illness, imbalance, and not only within the body of the person that is experiencing this stress, but within the environment of that person. And so it ripples out through and in between us, and we enforce the world that we live in. So instead of enforcing it by fighting it, because that's actually what it wants, right? Whatever it is that you fight, whatever it is that you put your energy into, you create more of. If you fight war, you create more war. If you, whatever it is that you are fighting, you are amplifying. So create something new. Use your energy to express yourself, to express your true essence. And by expressing yourself doesn't mean get into arguments with people and tell them everything that is wrong about them, but express your joy, express your soul essence. Your soul essence is not trying to be loud, is not trying to overpower, because it knows itself. Because that person, that being, has a sense of wholeness. It doesn't need anything. It doesn't need to take over anything. It doesn't need to show anything to anyone, because they know that they are it, that they are everything. They have everything. They are complete, at ease, centered, and at peace. And when we are in a state such as this, we live as our essence is a fractal of source. And this is the entire point of this life. This is why we come into this dystopian, suffering world, into this chaotic way of being, so that we may balance it out and create something new, and thus express ourselves as the unique fractal of source that each and every single one of us is. And I think that one very powerful way to go about everything in your everyday life is to ask yourself, what would love do? This is what has gotten me so far in life, in so many situations which have been so unfair, where we have been robbed, we have been wronged, we have been, just things happen, right? It's life. We are humans living among humans. But every single time I ask myself, what would love do? I have found a peaceful and harmonious way out and resolution. So whenever you find that things begin to escalate in your environment, in your everyday life, with a person, whatever the situation may be, immediately learn to ask yourself, what would love do? And then go from there. And why go from there? Because you are love. At your core essence, you are nothing more, nothing less but love. And love is life force energy. It's everything that is its source. And the best way for every single one of us to make sure that we enter these states of harmony and inner peace as much as possible throughout the days and throughout our everyday life is by learning to trust our intuition. It's by learning to have a very beautiful, loving, and nourished relationship with your intuition, with your gut feeling, with your inner voice. Because that inner voice knows you better than it knows anything and everyone else. Not only that, it also records everything in your environment. It knows everything that you have ever experienced since before you were born, since the moment of your conception up until this very moment. It has recorded every single sound, every single frequency around you in your environment that your everyday conscious mind, that 10% of yourself, did not have space for, or didn't care to remember, didn't find it to be important, that your ego has discarded. Your intuition, the other 90% of your being, has all of that knowledge. Not only does it know you better than anything and everyone else, but it knows the world and everything around you better than anything and anyone else. And the way you filter the information, the way everything has affected you throughout your entire life. Again, it is your intuition that is running every bodily function. It is your intuition that makes sure that your heart beats, regulates your temperature, your breathing patterns, and it is your soul communicating to you. Every time you're having an epiphany, every time you're having an amazing idea or you feel like creating something awesome, that is your intuition expressing itself. And the way you strengthen your intuition is by taking time to sit in silence with yourself. It can either be through meditation. It doesn't necessarily have to be silence, because I know some people that go downhill biking and this is how they reconnect with their intuition. It can be whatever sports, whatever it is that you love doing. It can be taking a walk through nature or even through the city. Just be with yourself. Allow yourself to dive deep into who it is that you are. Spend as much time as you can in contemplation with yourself, in introspection. And this is how you begin to train this muscle, because it is a muscle that needs training, just like everything else. The more you do it, the better you become at it, and the more connected and centered and present you remain throughout your everyday life. And one very important note that I would like to make here is to not call these practices of self-care, because this is what self-care is, and this is what self-love is allowing yourself the time to be with yourself, to redirect your direction, to redirect your attention within, so that you may allow yourself to process whatever it is that you are going through, whatever experiences that you are having. And it is so important for these moments of self-care to not be considered work, because as soon as you consider them work, they turn out to be something that you'd rather not do. It is hard enough in our everyday society where we are distracted by phones, by everything, by so much chatter, and basically the entire world is screaming for our attention, to find 1 minute and just sit with ourselves. Not even before going to bed we take that minute to sit with ourselves. Instead, we are trying desperately to fall asleep and hope to disconnect from the entire world. But the way to disconnect is actually by returning back into yourself, by diving deep within your soul. And I found that so many times as I start diving within my soul, I then start diving within dreams and within deep sleep. And thus it is so important to not call these practices work, to not refer to them as doing the work, but rather refer to them as play, as something that you are happy to do, something that you are passionate about. You sitting with yourself, loving yourself, the vessel that you came here to live in, your home, your mind, your intuition, should not be work. It should be a joy. It should be a celebration of life itself. And so I really want to make this clear, and I want to make it clear because the way that we express everything that we do is being taken 100% literal by our by our subconscious mind. And so if we call it work, then we will immediately record these type of practices as being work, as being a chore, and they will become a burden to even try and do or even think about them. We will get stressed just thinking about them. And so please be mindful of the way you express yourself around everything in your everyday life. And to get back to training the intuition, that means being in tune with your body and the needs of your body, because your intuition might express itself and does express itself through our heart space, through our gut feeling. And the heart space is all the way up to the higher heart here, and kind of from our solar plexus, right, in the gut feeling. Also, the solar plexus is where the ego lives. Not the ego, it's the seat of our power, the seat of our persona, the seat of our identity. And this is what we need to check in with, plus the bridge, the heart, which bridges our physical essence, which are the first 3 chakras, and our etheric energetic essence, which are the higher chakras. Actually, not just the first 3 chakras, but even lower than that, the Earth Star chakra, and even higher than our other 3 upper chakras, beyond and above. And so this is why it's so important to check in with the heart space, which knows exactly what it is that you need, what your physical, mental, emotional, energetic body needs in order to thrive, not to survive. Because your intuition is not about survival. Your intuition is about expression. It's about love. It's about being in your power, sovereignty, uniqueness, being and expressing the individual that you came here into this life to be, which is the only one and main mission that you have. And so by tuning into your intuition, you can make conscious choices that are as simple as eliminating a certain food from your diet, which might not make sense. But if your intuition, I gave this example before, is telling you to no longer eat tomatoes because you might not need them for the following period of time, because right now you are in a state of being, in a state of mind, a state of essence that does not require or is being in a way or another limited by tomatoes, then just stop eating tomatoes for a period of time until you probably feel like it's again okay to have them. Your intuitive mind is not logical, and your logical mind is limited. Your logical mind is trying to live according to the limitations that have been set up by the society around you. Your everyday conscious mind and logical mind is trying to be the good girl, the good boy that lives up to everybody else's expectations in order to survive in society. Your intuition, on the other hand, doesn't give a crap about these things and just wants to be free and express itself. And not only does it want to be free and express itself, but it wants to create a world of freedom in which it can be free so that everybody else around you is free as well. If you look at animals, they are free. They do whatever the heck they want. It is us humans that impose limitations not only on ourselves, but we impose limitations on nature. Nature is free. Nature doesn't give a flying freckle about logic. And inevitably, by living according to its needs, it creates and aligns itself with the natural logic of things, to the universal science, mathematics, and patterns of life. Everything works perfectly in life until we humans come and start nitpicking things and finding things that don't work. And they don't work because they don't fit into the boxes that we have created in order to constrain and limit ourselves. And so the more you connect to your intuition, the more you connect to your inner knowing and infinite wisdom, the more you learn about who it is that you truly are, about the patterns that you have been running your entire life, which have been detrimental to you and have been keeping you small, and about the ways in which you can begin to free yourself in order to create the life that you came here to live and to prosper. And by doing so, you will inevitably become an example for everyone else, and the world around you will inevitably change as well in order to accommodate your new frequency, your new resonance, because you cannot live in a world in which you do not resonate with. The reality around you will have to change as well. And it changes in the way that even if the people around you, going back to the example that I gave into the beginning, are still arguing, it will not affect you. And that is a change that you have acquired in the world around you as well, not just in your inner world. It is amazing to sit at a table with people that are just going left and right at each other, and you just being there, being at peace with yourself and seeing and observing nothing but the essence of life, which eventually will settle itself and harmonize itself, because it cannot not do that. As you will walk away and go home peaceful from that table, content with yourself and with your progress, and the people who sat there with you have noticed you and were thinking, wait a minute, maybe there is something about that. Maybe there is something about that person that was so centered and so at peace and didn't have the need to jump in and fight and argue with all of us. And this is just one of the ways that we change the world. And one last thing that I think is very important to mention is to please be kind with yourself. It is so important to not lash out at yourself, to not blame yourself if you didn't manage to do things right every single time. If you did get triggered, that's okay. The most important thing in this type of cases is to just tell yourself, it's okay, I got triggered, it's fine. I am here for myself. I got this. I got my back. I am getting through this. And this is not a step backwards, but it's actually a step forward, if you will. It's actually a jump forward. Having this compassion with yourself, knowing that you can trust yourself, having your back is the most important thing in this life. In a society where we are taught to not trust ourselves, to not have our backs, to keep abandoning who it is that we are, and to keep being our own worst enemies and critics. This is now you stepping out of this system, stepping out of this matrix, having had enough and choosing you while making yourself a priority. Because when you make yourself a priority, you serve everyone else around you. Inevitably, we become better mothers, we become better caretakers, better parents, better fathers, better partners, better everything, better human beings. And I know I talked about this word, I'm not really liking the word better, but we become more whole, let's say that. Loving, whole human beings, sovereign, empowered human beings. And when we are in such a state, we can truly, truly, truly help others and be of service. Okay, and so now, sorry, I'm looking around because there are birds outside and my dog keeps wanting to go out now. But I would really like to do this meditation with you. So if you are ready right now, I would like to dive into this beautiful meditation. So please just make yourself comfortable. Find a nice place to either sit or lie down. Close your eyes and please don't do anything else other than being present with yourself right here, right now, in this moment. Give yourself the respect that you deserve to take this time for yourself. The love that you deserve, because love is respect and respect is love. Nourish your soul, nourish yourself, and listen to your inner voice, to the needs of your body, the needs of your essence. And now we want you to take a deep breath in all the way down to your belly, feeling your body expand. And exhale fully, releasing all that no longer serves you. Take another deep breath in, all the way down into your belly. And exhale fully and completely, releasing any worries, any tension. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale now, I want you to take a seat within your heart space. Feel yourself sitting within your body, grounding yourself within your body, within your heart space, within your vessel. And now I want you to visualize a beautiful light above your head. This light is your highest expression. It is your energy as a fractal of Source. It is Source expressing itself as you and you expressing yourself as Source. And I want you to feel this beautiful light above your head, feel its vibration. And this light can have any color. And it can have many colors. And now I want you to breathe in this beautiful light through the top of your head into your crown chakra. And as you do so, your crown chakra is now fully activating. As your body receives the infinity of all that you are, all that you have ever been, and all that you will ever be in your infinite aspects. As you become whole right here, right now. And just feel a wave of relaxation washing over you. Feel the light moving into your brain, dissolving all thought forms, old habits that are no longer needed, as they no longer serve you. And thus creating space for new ways of being, creating new neural pathways. The light is also activating your third eye right now, preparing you to receive your divine truth. As the light continues to move through your face, relaxing your eyes, relaxing your cheekbones, your jaw, moving down into your throat, activating your throat chakra so that you may freely and effortlessly express your highest truth in love with grace. As the light continues to move down into your chest, your lungs, your heart, activating your heart chakra, and you feel the infinite love that you hold for yourself and everything that you have ever known and will ever know. As the light continues to move down into your organs, your digestive system, down into your solar plexus, activating it, activating your power center, your sense of self, your intuition. As you stand in your power and you know who you are. And the light continues down into your sacral chakra, activating the life force energy, your passion and creativity. As the light continues to move down into your root chakra, activating your entire body right now, every single cell in your body becomes awake and aware of itself. Awake and aware of the energy of your highest expression running through each and every one of your cells right now. And you feel safe and at home in your body and in this realm, here on Mother Earth. As the light continues to move down into your hips, your bones, your legs, your knees, your calves, your shin bones, all the way down to your ankles and every single little bone in your feet, every joint, every toe fully activated with the light and energy of your highest expression. As the light continues to move down through all the layers of Mother Earth, all the way down to her core, as your energy combines with her energy there. And she fills you up with her unconditional love, And you remember that you are a fractal of Mother Earth, and she is a fractal of you. That you are her heart, and her heart is you. That you are a part of each other and an extension of each other. And now I want you to visualize this beautiful energy from Mother Earth moving up from her heart through all the layers of her being, all the way up to your feet, all the way up through your legs and through your spine, fully activating your central nervous system right now. And the light continues to move up through the top of your head. And it moves down your arms as well and out through your palms, creating a beautiful sphere around you. This is your essence. It is your energy and highest expression. In this sphere, you are fully at home, fully you. You are safe, complete, and whole within your aspect. And in this moment, I want you to dive deep within your heart space. Feeling your heart space expand more and more with each breath. As you allow yourself to dive deeper and deeper within the center of your being, within the core of your essence. And allow yourself to just be. Nothing else, nothing more. Just be. And if any thoughts arise, allow them to just be. As they are you and you are them. And it is okay to be. It's okay to think, it's okay to breathe. And just breathe. Concentrating on your breath and the life force energy that is moving through your heart space. And in this space, allow yourself to become a neutral observer. Allow yourself to be all and nothing. Allow yourself to be infinite potential. And infinite potential is just that. Just being. Just breathing. And from this space of being a neutral observer, of being unconditional love and unconditional acceptance, I want you without attachment to observe any emotions or beliefs that have caused you any type of imbalance over the past 24 hours. Now I want you to observe any emotions or beliefs that have caused you any type of imbalance over the past 7 days. Are you observing a pattern? Are these the same repetitive emotions and beliefs that you keep running? Whether or not you find a pattern, I want you to take the strongest emotion or belief that has been causing you any type of imbalance, and I want you to name it. What is this emotion? What is this belief? Make it known. Name it. And now I want you to take this emotion and belief and go all the way back in time. Going all the way to this entire year, going all the way back. Further and further back, all the way. All the way back to your childhood. All the way back to the womb. And now I want you to feel and see every single aspect of yourself that has ever felt this way, that has ever experienced this emotion or belief. I want you to see how far back it goes. I'm going to count to 2 and you're going to be there now. 1, moving through time and space, going to the origins of this emotion or belief, to the first time that you've ever felt it. 2, be there now. And whatever it is that you are experiencing, I want you to see it as a movie. I want you to fully detach from it. You are just a neutral observer. And simply observe what's going on, what is taking place. What made you feel this way in the first place? And regardless of your surroundings, I want you to take this beautiful aspect of yourself that is experiencing this emotion for the first time. And I want you to ask this beautiful aspect of yourself, what is it that it needs from the world around you at that moment in time so that it wouldn't feel this way anymore? What did this aspect of you need? And now I want you to ask this aspect of you, what is it that it needs from you? What does this beautiful aspect of you need from you in order to no longer feel this way? What is the opposite of this detrimental emotion or belief? And now I want you to give yourself that which you need. I want you to infuse this beautiful aspect of you with that which it needs in order to liberate itself and to begin to heal. And not only that, I want you to choose a color that resonates at the same frequency of that which you need in order to begin to heal. And I want you to visualize and feel infusing each and every single aspect of yourself that has ever felt like this, that has ever felt abandoned and has felt this detrimental emotion or belief. take it and infuse it with this beautiful healing energy. And give each and every single aspect of you throughout your life that which they need in order to begin to heal and liberate themselves. Fully integrate this new emotion, this new belief that you need in every aspect of yourself, and feel them glowing and changing within this new sense of being. Feel every single aspect of yourself expanding. Transforming as they embody this new way of being, this new belief, this new emotion. And liberated as they are, I want you now to go and gather them all up and integrate them within your heart space. Visualize yourself embracing all of these beautiful aspects of yourself, each and every single one of them, and bringing it back home within your heart space, welcoming them back within your body. Changed, rejuvenated, and liberated as they are. Changed, rejuvenated, and liberated as you are, right here, right now, in this moment. And now I want you to take this beautiful color and energy and allow it to spread from your heart throughout your entire body. Spread it all the way to the tips of your fingers and to the tips of your toes. Every single hair on your body is fully infused with this beautiful color and energy. Healing, releasing, transforming. And you are integrating this new way of being within each and every part of yourself and within your everyday life. You are fully integrating it within your health, within your relationships with others and yourself, within each and every move and each and every choice. Fully integrating it within your life purpose, that which you are here to do and to be. And you are fully integrating this new way of being and energy within each and every cell of your body. Every single cell of your body vibrates with this new, rejuvenating, and liberating way of being. And just breathe. And as you breathe, you feel that a weight has been lifted off of you. And you know that from now on, you can live this new way right here, right now, in this body, in this time, in this place. From now on, you live your highest truth and you offer yourself that which you know that your physical body, your heart, and your soul truly need. And whenever you are ready, you may open your eyes as you breathe as your new self, as you see as your authentic self, and as you express yourself as your authentic self. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I will link in the description below a video that I've done about the manifestation spheres or protection spheres that we can create, if this is something that you feel you might need to have with you around this time of the year. And as for now, I bid you a most wonderful and amazing time of the infinite now. Please take care of yourselves. Do your best to remain centered, and remember that it's absolutely okay to be triggered from time to time. We learn from all these little things that are happening. Every single action and every single reaction that we might have throughout our everyday life has a lesson to teach us, has a reminder. And each reminder is there to help us recall who it is that we truly are and who it is that we truly are not, and thus begin to redirect us towards our true authentic self. Again, thank you so much for being here with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe because it helps others to reach it as well. And if you have any questions or any type of requests, please feel free to type them in the comments below. Again, thank you and take care. Bye.